All right, we are live. What's up, guys? If you are joining us, this is the SDAMMYS 2016 Oscar pre-show. Well, not Oscar, because this is our show. This isn't the Oscars.
Oh, well.
Oh, shoot, I'm hearing myself right now. I don't like that. But I also wanted to keep it up so that way I could keep track of the chat. But anyways, yeah, this is the red carpet pre-show, and I am joined by Manning Franks. He is my red carpet correspondent. Is that the correct term for it?
Well, let's go with that. You know, I mean, there is no red carpet here. I mean, I'm just at a normal carpet right here, but we're gonna find our best. We're going to the visual carpet that is the internet. Welcome everybody to the SDAMMYS, first ever SDAMMYS, the award show that has just a little bit more credibility than the Golden Globes themselves. So
Just like this much
that
more
much, because we have more people voting.
But this is exciting, because a typical trend with the Oscars obviously is people don't tend to agree with it. A lot of the general audience doesn't see all the Oscar films, and a lot of people think there's a lot of politics going on in the Oscars, which I believe there is. But this is why we did this SDAMMYS, because this is the award show. This is for us. Like, we decided this, we voted this, and so hopefully there won't be any complaints with any of the winners. Which I mean,
Nope.
I obviously know the winners already. I've been keeping them bottled up for the past. Oh man, I've had them for like 5 or 6 days, and the fact of not being able to like talk or spoil it with anybody was driving me nuts.
Well, congratulations, you've managed to keep us all in the dark, and I myself am excited to see what the group has managed to come up with for their winners.
Yeah, I'm really excited too, and I brought you along, Manning, because we were doing our council chat the other night, and you were on top of all the other awards going on, and kind of what leads into what, so you kind of have a good little roadmap of award season in general, I'd say.
Devon, I have no life, so I have to fill it with something.
All right. Well, so we're going to go ahead and do a little breakdown. We'll do some predictions, just kind of what we think is going to go on. Let you know what's going on SDAMMYS pre-show, because, guys, you don't see what's going on. There's so much stuff going on behind the scene. I have like 6 camera guys in the back right now, even though you only see the one angle. But yeah, there's so much fun stuff going on. But let's go ahead and go into it. Manning, what is the category that you're most excited for?
Honestly, for me, I'm most excited for Best Trailer, a category that you will see nowhere else in the award season.
No, it's nowhere else in the award season, for one, and but I saw a lot of people talking about it. Like, that's been a really big buzzing category, is what will take the trailer category, and it's kind of hard because you can't really take the actual movie into account. Like, we are just grading the trailer there. What is your front runner?
My front runner, my personal front runner for this, it seems to be like a 2-horse race from what the buzz is going on. The Logan trailer, which took everyone by storm with how good it was. Good old Johnny Cash. And then conversely, we also had Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody for Suicide Squad official trailer 1.
And that trailer was a juggernaut, I mean, it was such the way it dropped, and I mean, it gave us so much hope for Suicide Squad. So I mean, if you think about it, it did its job.
It did. It did do its job effectively. It made my little editing heart so happy to see the ability that movie, or that trailer, managed to convey. The emotion managed to convey, the hype it managed to get us. I wish it translated the movie, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, and that's the best editing thing attached to Suicide Squad. I think we can all agree on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and go through a few more of these categories.
All right.
So what I really like about the SDAMMYS is we have awards that other awards shows do not. We added in Breakout Actress, Breakout Actor. We added Who Won 2016. We added Best Stunts Crew. What are you more excited about as far as some of these new categories go?
Well, for new categories, one of the things that I really, really enjoy is Who Won 2016, because that is an encapsulation of everything that the person has done for that year. It's kind of like you did a great job, overall body of work, here you go. So someone who may not win per se for an individual award because they weren't the greatest. Their overall body was great. I feel like that's a very fitting award.
Yeah, no, like that is a huge award because I mean I feel like that's something we kind of bring up throughout the year is whenever you see somebody kind of popping up in multiple things, you're just like, man, this person is having a crazy awesome year, and yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting to see who took it home. These people that are popping up everywhere, people like Andrew Garfield, Amy Adams, you have Mahershala Ali, you have Elle Fanning popped up in a lot of places. I don't remember if she was one of the finalists or not, but
she was not,
yeah.
alas. But
yeah, who won 2016 for you?
For me personally, it would have to be Amy Adams. Although Mahershala Ali is making a very strong knock at my door right now for saying how good he was. Just for you have all these varying performances that he did. Not to mention the TV show Luke Cage, which he took the world by storm and really showed us how good he was, not just in a movie, but a TV as well too. But Amy Adams for me personally, simply because of the versatility and reminding us again why she's one of the greatest actresses of this generation.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on how much people took TV into account whenever they did their voting, because like you said, Mahershala Ali, he had Luke Cage, and he's been a House of Cards staple for the past couple of years.
Yes.
So I mean, it's like, will that really play into the win or not? I guess we'll have to find out. So I finally have some comments pulled up. It looks like.
Hello.
Yes, Jonathan says we are life goals. Ryan loves the fashion game going on right now. Manning, that's a classic red carpet thing. We got to talk about fashion going on. Manning, first of all, what are you wearing today?
What am I wearing? Oh, this is an Arizona t-shirt, Arizona jeans t-shirt that is a shirt, a white shirt. But this is one of my favorite ties. It is actually a Star Wars tie, if you can see. I'm not sure you can. It's a little TIE fighter right there.
Oh.
So we have a little Star Wars action going on. A little battle's taking place above Endor, I'm presuming. Or maybe it's above the Death Star. I can't tell. But, trying a little flavor in there. What about you? What are you wearing? I see it's definitely popping with the bow tie.
Oh, what am I wearing? I wear black about 80% of my time. So, of course, I have to have the black shirt. I have my nice Loot Crate Dungeons & Dragons bow tie going on. And I am currently wearing no pants. I have not been wearing pants this whole time I've been working on anything SDAMMY related.
Hey, it's okay. Neither am I.
More in the chat. Avi is here. Manning agrees with me on who won 2016. I had to guess Avi wants Miss Amy Adams. The King of Wakanda is in the chat, guys. Amy Adams won his heart as well. King of Wakanda, super popular guy on YouTube and such. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into some more of the coverage of what's going on. So you have, we added in the worst categories as well. We're not just praising people in this one. We got the worst actors, we got the worst actresses, and we have worst picture. And the worst picture category is kind of interesting because it has some polarizing picks in there. You probably know one of them that I'm talking about. But what was the worst movie you saw this year?
For me personally, I know it didn't get nominated. And I don't go out of my way to see terrible films. But the worst for me personally was Warcraft. And I know some people loved it. For me personally, I was bored out of my mind for most of it. I just kind of wanted to walk out. But the visuals are amazing, so I can't knock it on that. And Toby Kebbell was fantastic. But it just, to me, as someone who didn't know anything about Warcraft, I was confused, I was lost, I was bored. But that being said, out of this list right here, Zoolander 2 is an atrocity. It is so bad. I'm a fan of the first one. It makes my heart just sad on the inside. It cries a little every time I think about it. I'm
a big fan of the first Zoolander. Like it's in my top. It's in my top 15 all time. Like I love Zoolander so much.
Wow.
And I figured it was going to be an Anchorman 2 situation. I didn't know it was going to be this bad though. Like oh my goodness, Zoolander 2 is the only movie I walked out of this year. I walked straight out of Zoolander 2. I mean, it only had like 10, maybe 15 minutes left.
Okay.
So, I mean, I made it most of the movie, but I left. I was done. I took one bathroom break, and I was sitting there going to the bathroom. I was thinking, should I go back in? Do I not go back in? Do I have to give myself an excuse to leave this movie? But I went back in, but the second half, it just kept getting even worse and worse. And Zoolander 2 would definitely be my pick, but we'll have to see what the people say. You know, who knows?
We'll have to see.
I'm just really I mean, I know Batman vs Superman is a heated topic in our group, but I mean, I was kind of surprised to see it in there. I mean, honestly, is it one of the top 10 worst films of the year? I definitely don't think so.
It's definitely a very polarizing film. If you look at it, there's people who loved it, there's people who hated it. I find myself, I hated it at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought I lightened up to it. And I know Michael, and I know if you're watching this as well, your heart cried a little, but there are some merits to that film that I think are worthy of talking about. So does it deserve Worst Picture? No. Does it deserve a nomination? In my opinion, yes. But that's the beauty of the SDAMMYS. You all have different opinions. Some people get nominated, but you got to fight for your pick.
This is true. All opinions are subjective. We all know this. Jonathan says, if BVS wins, we riot while quietly agreeing. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Avi says he likes Anchorman too. I think you're crazy, Avi. 9 Lives was garbage from Ryan. And then Norm, of course, got thrown Norm of the North in there, the one that everyone forgot about already, hopefully.
Haven't even seen it. I avoided that like the plague.
Me too. Like you said, I don't really go out of my way to go see bad movies per se, just because, I mean, if I know it's going to be bad, I know it's going to be bad. Unless I just really need to. I put myself through some torture with 50 Shades Darker, obviously. But,
and you give us great content.
So if I can avoid bad movies, I definitely will. We'll kind of throw out a couple more topics, and then I will get into introducing the show. Does anybody in the chat have any questions you'd like answered before we get into some more coverage? Or while we get some questions, maybe. Manning, what is the for sure lock tonight? Like, what is the one SDAMMY that you know is going home with somebody for a fact?
I don't think, to my knowledge, unless I could be wrong, I do not think there is one, because this is such an eclectic bunch of people here we have at the Collider Council. And while some people are more vocal than others, there are those quiet few that could totally, you know, turn the tide in a vote. Personally, though, I think what we have for a lock might be, unless the backlash came, I don't know where the last minute, La La Land for Best Picture. It is overtaken by storm, with an arrival being a spoiler in my opinion. But it's between those two. But right now, La La Land, I think, is one having that lock.
I mean, I think that's probably the safest choice you can have for a lock. I mean, La La Land is the most nominated movie of the show in the Oscars in real life, but for us as well. So, I mean, I guess you wouldn't be too crazy on saying that La La Land's a lock to win something, but I don't know. It's been the past week or so, I've seen so much La La Land versus Moonlight. It's I don't know. So it's like, I don't know if you can even call that one a lock, but I think that's about the closest to it. I think La La Land will take home a couple music categories, most likely.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I probably will say the lock one is best score for La La Land. That if it wins anyone, that's the one that's going to win. I don't see anything else. That one, more than the movie itself, the music for La La Land has become a staple for this 2016, at least the score.
Jonathan and Ryan yelling at me that this is real life. Yes, I'm aware, guys. This is real life. This matters. This has stakes, guys. But yeah, everything you said, La La Land, the music itself, I think is the one thing that people agree on, and it's nominated 3 times in the best song category out of 6. So, I mean, it has a 50-50. It literally has a 50-50 shot of taking home one of the best songs.
It does.
All right, and then what about best actor or best actress? Who are you looking at right now?
What I'm looking at right now for best actor and best actress. For me personally, I think this might be Amy Adams to take. Emma Stone, you know, I love you, but Amy Adams, since her snub for Oscar morning, I feel like that has lit the fire underneath all her fans to know that, you know, we're coming out, we're going to make sure Arrival leaves with something. And as someone else, I'm going to let you know, I voted for Amy Adams as well, too. My favorite female performance of this past year. So I love La La Land, but I think this is Amy Adams.
That's a really good strategy. Like you said, the emotions were so strong after Amy Adams was not nominated for the Oscar. Like, people were literally losing their minds. So yeah, I think you totally have a very good point there with Amy Adams potentially pulling out the win here. And then what about Best Actor?
And Best Actor, see, this one I find interesting because we have Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool because, you know, the Oscars aren't cool enough to add that in there. As I said, we're a little bit above the Golden Globes. We have similar things, but we're just as cool and just as legit, even more so. However, I think this one might be this is a tough one. I don't think this one is as clear as some other ones because the love for Manchester by the Sea has not been as evident as it would be for the critics. I know some people who are not as strong on it, but I know some people who are high on Fences. I know some people who are high on Silence. This one could go anywhere, and because Andrew Garfield might split with himself with his two nominations. So right now, this one's very much up in the air, but I think the safe bet right now is Casey Affleck.
Yeah, Casey Affleck's been a front runner from day one. But like you said, who knows with the Andrew Garfield situation? Is that going to help him? Is he going to have a better chance at taking home the award for one of the two awards? Or like you said, are they going to cancel each other out? Who knows where that's going to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the last thing that we will talk about before I bid you adieu, before I do my thing, is...
Kick me off.
Get out of here, Manning. Just get out.
Okay, all right. I will after this.
All right, Manning, the last thing I need from you, this is one of my favorite segments in football. I don't know if you're a football fan, but they do a pre-show, and they do this thing called bold predictions. So what is your bold prediction for the night? An award that you see having a very slim shot, that might pull one out, a underdog, a dark horse. Who you got?
What I have taking one is actually in best voice performance. What I voted for, and I think might actually come out of nowhere, is Idris Elba in The Jungle Book. Idris Elba in The Jungle Book was something that took the world by storm. I feel like Zootopia are going to cancel each other out. The two Moana people are going to cancel each other out. And then Art Parkinson's I didn't feel like get enough love. So I feel like because of how loved the villain of Shere Khan became, thanks to Idris Elba, I think Shere Khan will take it for tonight.
But yeah, I think that's a solid choice there. The best vocal performance is another category that we created because it needs to exist in the world. But yeah, like you said, Kubo might not have had the exposure. I honestly didn't. I mean, Zootopia is a great movie. I don't think any of the vocal performances are like out of this world or anything.
No, they were good. They were very good.
I was kind of surprised we didn't get at least like maybe one Sausage Party nomination there.
That's true.
Nick
Kroll, we didn't get a.
Nick Kroll as the douche is one of my favorite villains of the year from Sausage Party. I'll just throw that one out there. So there's a SDAMMYS snub for you there. But yeah,
I am. May I offer one more thing though? I'm surprised that we didn't get Alan Tudyk from Rogue One as K2SO, which is like that's a vocal performance, quote unquote. I know that was for the nominations,
but I think especially with that performance, since he's playing a droid and they can kind of put effects over his voice and stuff, it's not naturally his voice. So I don't know, that would have taken it out for me. I also didn't really like Rogue One all that much. It was, but thank you so much, Manning, for joining me in the pre-SDAMMY coverage. Thank you so much for breaking down the awards, and we'll see how much of your predictions come true.
We'll see. You guys have a great night. You're doing a great, Devon. I'll see you all later.
All right, guys. You are left with just me for the next couple of minutes. I will intro the show in. However, I am going to let you know there were some technical difficulties. So the main award show is not up yet. It will not be up by the time I get done monologuing. It'll be up sometime in the next hour, I swear. But, technology is not always your friend. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Welcome. This is the official opening of the 2016 SDAMMYS. This is the FUBU of award ceremonies, guys. It is for us. It is by us. We made all the votes. We had 2 rounds of voting, and we voted for not only the people that we wanted to see in these awards, in these categories, but we also nominated categories that we wanted to see, categories that we weren't going to see anywhere else. But like I said, guys, this is our award show. We have created such an amazing community and a sense of togetherness in the group, and the way we came together for the SDAMMYS, I'm in awe. So this is the best way to end 2016, a fantastic year in film. Like, oh my goodness, guys, we got so many good films this year. But like I said, this award show is for us. The Oscars are coming up this week, and the Oscars, you know, they are what they are, guys. The Oscars are not the all be all of award shows, guys. Oscars are alternative facts to the movies, if you will. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it, that the Oscars are not the end all be all. The SDAMMYS are where it's at, guys. This award show is for us. The Best Picture nominees, very diverse this year. There's not going to be any Oscar so white around the SDAMMYS. We made sure of that by hiring a mixed guy to host the award show. But you know, we have a really diverse range. We got musicals in there. We got indie films in there. We got comedies. We even got some comic book movies in there because, I mean, we're nerds. What'd you expect? Of course, there's going to be some comic book movies in there. But oh my goodness, there are so many cool categories that we're going to run through tonight. And this is what it's all been leading to. All the letterbox lists that you've been making, all the movie marathons you've been doing throughout the year, it all culminates to this, guys. So without further ado, we are going ahead and get straight into the awards, except not get straight into the awards because, like I said, the awards aren't finished yet. But in the next hour, guys, the SDAMMYS are here, and all your questions will be answered. So thank you so much for joining me for the pre-coverage and the opening of the SDAMMYS, guys. This has been so much fun, and enjoy the show.